What's up guys, this is Musa. I hope you guys have been doing great. This is part 2 of the video, 20 interesting facts. If you haven't checked the first one, I will leave the link on the top. Starting with number 20. Now what is the most quiet place you have ever been to? Do you guys know that there is a room where you can actually sit and listen to your own heartbeat? This place is so quiet that you can actually listen to the grinding of your own joints as you move on. Now that is interesting and amazing at the same time. And someone also said that he can hear blood rushing through his body and eyes squelch as they move in the skull. Like so quiet. So this is Microsoft's secret chamber, and I believe they use it for testing purposes. But guys, this is scary. Moving on to number 19. Now if someone tells you I drive pretty fast, here is what you should reply. I can cough at 60 miles an hour and sneeze up to 100 miles an hour. And you're saying that you can drive pretty fast? So you're almost racing while you're sneezing. Number 18. A cluster of bananas is known as hand. Now along the same thing, a single banana is known as finger. But don't eat your finger. Eat the banana. Now moving on to number 17. You go into a mall, but because of the layout of the mall, you go on a shopping spree. You go on a shopping spree because you're confused. Now this is done intentionally, so that you can lose your original intentions and you can shop more and more into the mall and get lost, literally shopping. Now this is known as Truman effect. And this is the reality, guys. The mall designs are the reason that we go on shopping spree at times. So you guys are good. It's the malls to blame. And the people who design it. Number 16. The Great Pyramid of Giza has 8 sides and not just 4 sides like any other pyramid. So this one is special, guys. Number 15. How many pizzas do you guys think Americans eat per year? Guess what? 3 billion. Or we can say 350 slices of pizza every second. Now I'm not sure what is going on here, but I should move on. Number 14. Pakistan makes nearly half of the world's soccer balls. Now this is interesting. And a majority of them come from a single city, I believe. You may have one of those soccer balls, guys. Just check it out. Now moving on to number 13. Now this is about the world's second smallest rabbit. This rabbit is known as volcano rabbit, and it lives near volcanoes. Now guess which country it should be in? Mexico. And some people also say that this country is the home to the smallest volcano in the world. But I believe it's not an active one. Now moving on to number 12. Guess which is the snowiest city in the world? It's not in Canada, it's not in Russia, it's not in US, it's not in Greenland. Now this is a very interesting one. It is in Japan. Didn't know that Japan will pull this off. But hey, you never know, right? Now moving on to number 11. India is the world's biggest producer and consumer of mangoes. Here the production may reach 18 million tons, which is approximately 50% of the global supply. But most of it is consumed within the country. Now this was an interesting one, fruits. So be healthy, guys. Moving on to number 10. Canada consumes more mac and cheese than any other country in the world. So when it comes to mac and cheese, Canadians are the first. Number 9. Guess which country has one of the biggest and oldest malls, which has drawn more than 91 million people annually? Let me give you a hint. This country is both in Asia and Europe. Istanbul. So this is Istanbul's Grand Bazaar, or Kapali Karsi. Moving on to number 8. What if I told you that you're 99.9% genetically similar to the next person you're sitting with, or eating lunch with, or traveling with, or going to school with? 99.9% similar, guys. So all of us are actually same or similar, because 99.9% means almost 100%, right? Now if you're talking about this 0.1% difference, let it be the colors, defects, or other characteristics, this is actually unique to us. So we got 23 pairs of chromosomes, 3 billion base pairs. So this 0.1% difference is a small fraction, but it seems it's a big one. Guys, we are 99.9% identical, so be happy. Now moving on to number 7. Here is a special thing about both Messi and Ronaldo. They have scored more than 700 goals. Now we are talking about the career when it comes to both club and country. Now more than 700 goals is a lot, guys. Respect and hard work. Let me know in the comments who else do you guys think will reach 700 plus. Now that's a big score, okay? Now moving on to number 6. If I drive north or I drive south, if I drive east or I drive west, you will always see a McDonald's. But here is an interesting fact. US has more number of public libraries than the McDonald's. So that means libraries and McDonald's. Use both of them, guys. Don't go to McDonald's only. Go to libraries and McDonald's. Now moving on to number 5. An estimated number of 50% of all the gold ever mined on Earth came from a single plateau. Guess which country and place? I'll take a pause. South Africa. Moving on to number 4. Now this is how important the sunlight is for us guys. Exposure to sunlight is thought to increase the brain's release of the hormone serotonin. That helps in boosting mood, so it's important for you. It also helps a person to feel more calm and focused. And also vitamin D, I know that you guys know that. And may help in depression as well. So guys, sunlight is extremely important for us. So it's not just vitamin D, okay? If you want to improve your mood, go out and take some sun. Now moving on to number 3, the unique smell of rain. Where does it come from? Because it's not just water, right? It comes from plant oils, bacteria, and ozone. It's not just water guys, it is rain. Now moving on to number 2. If you laugh a lot, you may get sick less often. Now it causes released. So it boosts your immune system and helps you fight germs. And you should know that less than 20% of the laughter actually comes from jokes. The rest is just a reaction to the regular statements and questions. So keep laughing guys. Now moving on to number 1. Now this is about racing. Due to high temperature during the racing, the NASCAR drivers can lose up to 10 pounds. Here we're talking about sweat. 10 pounds in sweat. Having said that, I hope you guys will keep this thing in mind next time you watch NASCAR racing. And I hope you guys will enjoy these 20 interesting facts. I hope you guys will subscribe and like, and I will see you guys next time.
Like, you should always keep your options open and like don't like limit yourself to something. So like if you're, for example, like studying like a certain subject and then you find like one little thing in that certain like thing that you are really interested in, you should definitely like look more into it and pursue it, because you never really know. Because
if you do something you really enjoy, you'll have more success than if you just go into it thinking, I want to look this way or I want to lose this many pounds. Instead, you should go in thinking, what do I enjoy doing and what can I really get into?
When you can actually play with people, there's a whole other layer of fun that you can have, because basketball is a lot more than just shooting hoops. It's defense.
So school or no school? I mean, personally, I went to school. I went to a couple schools, and they helped me with the experience and then certain knowledge for certain aspects of running a business. Did they help me get a job? I wouldn't say so. Yeah, if you're trying to climb that corporate ladder, certain degrees will get you there, and certain degrees will help you get your foot in the door. But if you're looking to run and operate your own business, so my opinion, school isn't for everybody. Running your own business isn't for everybody.
being like, you can learn something from like the smallest child, like the oldest adult, and literally like you are a soul. And I didn't go to college. I taught myself everything. I taught myself how to speak Korean even. So you don't even need any of that. You can literally take from any platform and learn, and how you perceive it to the world and treat other people. So you don't have to be the most intelligent. I don't need a Harvard degree to tell you that I have intelligence or smart. I don't need all the money in the world.